Welcome to part 2 of how to create a coastal boho-inspired resort bedroom. And in this bedroom, we are gonna go through a list which is all about texture. Is texture the added bonus, or is texture the driving force? Texture is about feel. It's about all those awesome nubbly details that just make you feel comfy, cozy, relaxed, and that is the entire goal for this room. We were lucky when we bought this cottage, it came furnished. We gave away a lot of it and we rehomed it within the community, but we did keep some signature pieces. These chairs came with the cottage. There's this pair of caned octagonal chairs that are stained an awesome color of green. These I left exactly as is. I've always loved the shape of this chair, and these chairs were the jumping off point for this entire bedroom scheme. I've actually bought and painted and recovered this exact chair before. I am going to recover the seat cushions, recover the ottoman, and just do a nice 24-inch loose back cushion here. The upholstery fabric I used is an upholstery fabric. This is actually a chenille bedspread. So it was more than enough fabric to cover 2 seat cushions and the ottoman cushion. I layered on a couple of accent pillows for the back because I kind of prefer that to the big stiff back cushion that was on them before. We've got a brushed cotton pillow with a printed motif on it, layered in with a raw-edged linen ruffle-fringed throw pillow. Layering all these textures together is what makes it feel good, even if you're working with mostly solid colors. The floor covering is a pure wool rug. This is boho style to the max. It has a fabulous fringe. It has shag that feels fantastic underfoot. It's like a little foot massage. It has a looped embroidered detail on it. Be warned, vacuuming is required when you choose a rug like this. All of the wood pieces in this room have the same soft sort of honey color. Look at the flamed mahogany on this dresser. The carved details across the top and down the sides. Look at these cast bronze pulls. If texture is natural, it's not possible to have too much texture. And I couldn't be more excited to see antiques making a comeback. We're starting to really appreciate history and authenticity and natural materials and these beautiful handmade pieces. I had this vintage octagonal inlaid Indian table. It's playful, it's whimsical. Next up in our texture story is the mirror, an oversized, new, contemporary mirror, but look at the frame. This has a caned detail. These things go together because of the wood tone. Next on our texture story, we've got the window coverings. Discreetly textural, but textural nonetheless. I would describe this color as oyster. This is 100% natural linen, one of my all-time favorite fabrics that I've been using in other places throughout the cottage. There's even texture in the way these Roman blinds are sewn. I always ask my drapery workroom to put this little pleat on the face. The face pleat ensures that when you pull it up, it folds beautifully, it doesn't rumple, but when it's down, instead of just looking like a flat bed sheet, you get this great textural pleat. Texture, texture, texture. The walls are tongue and groove. We have vertical on all the walls and horizontal on the ceilings. Then we have the detail of the beams. That subtle repeat of the vertical and the horizontal line, all of the shadow play, that gives us texture. Everything about the bed is about layering up decadently soft textures that just feel good. It's a linen duvet cover, embroidered polka dot big throw pillows, the headboard upholstered in this fabric that is vaguely reminiscent of sailing flags. This fabric was chosen because it coordinated with the green of those chairs that kicked off the whole scheme for this room. Here's a trick for you. Before you upholster, did you know you can think about washing your fabric first? It tightens it up and it gets a bit thicker, a bit more nubbly. The bedside tables are textured. They're a faux shagreen with a sunburst inlaid in brass. The floor is textured because it is just rustic boards with a coat of paint. And that texture is the feeling of the painted floors underneath your bare feet. And nothing says summer more. Easy artwork. Macrame. It's boho, it's fringed. In one case, it's dip dyed. In the other case, it's just pure cream. We've got a butterfly and a sort of sunset scene? I don't know.
Jellyfish.
A jellyfish. Try and find lamps that deliver a little bit more. These have a reactive, multi-hued crackle glaze. The shades are linen because it has that kind of nice nubbly texture to it. Here's a fun little touch. These two elephant finials came with the Cottage, a final little textural twist topping off those lamps.
Looks like texture. Today's word of the day. Now let's check out the guest room.
I'm going to tell you about some fun, fabulous, affordable finds that help turn this guest room. This used to be a lounge. We need to get rid of the green. There is too much green in here. Into something that is bright blue, bold, and cottage fresh. Fabric can be really expensive. How could I find more affordable fabric that would allow me to do something dramatic? I started looking up Indian Kantha quilts. This blue fabric. These are hand-blocked quilts, handmade in India, and shipped right to your door. Nothing says summer more than blue. How about blue and flowers and casual and embroidered? And I use them as the launch pad for this entire bedroom. This was sort of a den before, but I wanted to be able to use it as a guest room. It doesn't actually have a wall. It kind of has a hallway that goes through. Now you can literally pull the drapes closed if you need to change, or open them up. There's the printed side on top, and the back side has this beautiful stitched detail. So when they're closed, you still have something beautiful to look at. Think about other places you could do a treatment like this. Is it a playroom? Are you trying to close off a portion of a big space in your basement, let's say? Trying to create a home office space? Then I had to think about what the floor color should be. You always want to take your pattern fabric and you want to match the colors you have on your fan deck. And then you can always go a shade or two lighter and it still is cohesive and coordinated. I wanted to have 2 twin beds, but these 2 twin beds can easily be pushed together to make a king bed if that's what we need. They are 14 inches high. And I find that sometimes when you put a nice squishy mattress on top, they feel too tall. Before assembling them, I just chop the legs down. And that way you get a contemporary looking, very simple platform bed base at a great price that's easy to assemble, and you can adjust them to be whatever height you want. This headboard is actually a 9-foot long wall mounted panel. It's super simple. If you're a DIYer, you could make this at home yourself. I used this gorgeous edge detail as the perimeter frame to create this beautiful border along the headboard. Are your creative juices flowing? I had some leftover quilt fabric and I cut it in half and made just like a mini throw to layer across the end of a bed. Because if you're thinking about a guest room, you want to make sure that there's always an extra layer close at hand in case they get chilly in the night. Oh, fun finds. I bought a pair of tea towels and I had them made into big decorative pillow covers. Is this not a fun find? Look at these macrame pendant lights. They were $50 each and they have a jute cord. Can you turn that on for me? Look at that. Bedside. Ta-da! I always love it when a light fixture casts a patterned glow on the wall. This is Boho Cottage chic to a T. I found 2 vintage bamboo tables. There's an octagonal one as the bedside table, and then there's this fabulous shapely console table. Neither of them had a top. No matter, when you are vintage hunting, as long as the piece is in good condition, you can always dress it up. So I got a remnant piece of Caesar stone cut to be the top for the console table. This makes a great little makeup table, or it could be a little impromptu desk here. And the octagonal table had such a gorgeous top that I just had a new piece of glass cut to slip right into the frame. Throughout this entire project, I bought so many pieces on Facebook Marketplace. Giving vintage a second life is honestly, it's thrilling. What is my trick for shopping vintage and pulling it together in a room? Put like things together. Underfoot, a layer of softness. Recycled denim woven into new rag rugs. There's just nothing more easy breezy in a cottage than painted floors and rag rugs. I hope you're wondering about the wall color. This is natural white, one of my all-time favorite colors from Glidden ICI Deluxe. This is the same color that our kitchen is painted at Starlight Farm. I have used this color for my entire career. I chose my paint color to make sure it coordinated perfectly with the background color of my quilts. I wanted to make sure that the quilts were the star of this room. And if I'd made the walls too bright white, it would have been too much of a contrast. We've got lofty duvets, comfy mattresses, squishy pillows, drapes that close, boho lights, fringe, texture, rag rugs, painted floors. And I hope that when I add all those things together, you think it's fabulous. Do you think it's fabulous? We are all done on the inside of this cottage, I might add. We are still at it on the outside of this cottage. And we're gonna have content to entertain you with next summer, because next summer, we're gonna tackle the boathouse. It is gonna be bigger and wilder, more challenging, more daring, and more wow-worthy than just about anything else we've tackled in this project to date.
That's a wrap on Sarah's Island Rescue for now. Thanks for watching and sharing all your great feedback. I hope to see you again soon for my next design adventure.
Always, always, always tell me what you think. Did you learn anything? Did you get a good idea? Tell me below. Be sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video and my next good idea.
See you again soon.